Hello friends, so today we will discuss RIC sample practical slips. I had prepared the practical slip questions and I had also provided the hint of which type of problem can be given. So write a program for obtaining descriptive statistics. So this question may be asked for 10 or 20 marks. If the question is small, it will be asked for 10 marks. But I had just prepared all the questions for 20 marks each. But it may be asked for 10 or 20 marks or 15, 25. Now, the first question is write a program for obtaining the descriptive statistics. So what you have to do, you have to prepare a data set for age and rating. It may be given in Excel sheet or it may be you may prepare two columns, one for age and one for rating, and you can provide the sum, mean, standard deviation and descriptive statistics. It can be done in Python as well as Excel. So I hope first question is clear to all. Then import data from different data sources like Excel, CSV, MySQL. So here we have to use the retrieve IP data.csv and country currency.xls. So these two data sets are used and we have to write the Python code for importing the data from different data sources like SQL, Excel, Oracle. And then journal and viva will be for 5 marks each. Now next question sample slip that I had prepared is design a survey form for a given case study. Now the case study is a researcher want to conduct a survey in college to use the ICT tool in higher education in Mumbai. So the question that may be asked is the information is given. What you have to do, you have to prepare either a Google form or you have to prepare a form in any of the softwares like MS form, Teams. You can prepare a form or you can prepare Google form or you can simply prepare a form in your paper or in Word. So what information you need to collect: name of the teacher, class that the teacher teachers, like standard 10th, 12th or whatever, experience with the ICT tool. So we can create a checkbox with this information like which are the ICT tools that are used. So we can give some sample like Blackboard, Google Classroom, and Trello, MS Teams, online coding websites such as DataCamp, Hacker Rank, Cyber Code Bytes. Then, or we can have the subject specific tools like QGIS, or it may be Google Maps or any other software. So we can give any of the options and we can ask to check the options. Then next question can be asked is support to teacher for ICT use. So whether the training is given, yes or no. Answer can be in two, yes, no. ICT based activities and materials used for teaching. So here the teacher can write which are the materials and activities that are used. Obstacles into using ICT in learning. So we can have a checkbox or we can have a text box where the problems can be entered. So we can specify the problems like training not given, not familiar with the tool, or we can ask teacher to write the points in the text box. Learning activities with the target class, then teachers skills, then teachers opinion and attitudes, and the personal background information. So all this information needs to be collected in the survey form. Same way we can have another survey form like a research agency wants to study the perception about app-based taxi service in Mumbai, Thane and Navi Mumbai. So it is like our Ola, Uber, cab. So we can find out the customer satisfaction towards the app. We can find out the level of convenience and comfort, opinion about the traffic system, to ascertain the customer view towards the driver behavior, to enhance the services, to delight the customer, to examine the relationship between the service quality factor, taxi passenger satisfaction, to suggest better regulation for transportation authorities. So these type of questions can be asked. And then journal and viva will be for 5 marks each. Then next question that may be asked in exam is to prepare a popular electronic we have to prepare a survey form a popular electronics store want to conduct a survey to develop awareness of branded laptop. So a survey form can be prepared to know the preference of different types of branded laptops, to study the factor which influence in choosing different types of branded laptop, level of satisfaction towards the laptops, perception of customer and customer preference. Then analyze the population census data for planning and decision making by using the size and composition of population. So here we have to take the age group and male and female in that particular age group. So this data set may be provided, or we need to create a sample data set and we can work on it. So basically we have to work in Excel. This particular program can be performed in Excel. Then perform testing of hypothesis using one sample t-test. So here we have to create a data set and we have to perform one sample t-test. Same way, program for t-test comparing two means of independent samples. So here we can take two independent samples and we can perform two sample t-test. So here this type of data set is required, like experimental and comparison data set. We can create a sample data set and we can work on it. Then next question is perform testing of hypothesis using paired t-test. So for this the blood pressure.csv file is used and the Python programming is written. Then perform testing of hypothesis using chi-square goodness of fit test. So here we can have this type of test, this type of table may be given, or we can create a table. We are given systems like Windows, Mac and Linux, and we are given the values O and EI as 20, 60, 20, 33% is the value of EI. We have to perform the chi-square goodness of fit test. Then similar type of questions may be asked for other data. So this is other sample data which is given. We have to provide the we have to perform the test. It can be done in Excel. So all this type of testing can be done in Excel. Then perform testing of hypothesis using chi-square test of independence. So this test, it is performed in Excel. Here the girls and boys data is present and the number of O grade, number of A grade, B grade, C grade and D grade. So basically MSc IT student, they might have done BSc IT. So 100 data of BSc IT students are taken, and then what is we have to understand their performance in MSc IT part 1. So for that the 100 student data might be given and we have to find how many girls, how many boys with O grade, A grade. Otherwise we can use this sample data and we can perform the chi-squared test of independence in Excel. Same way we have to perform the chi-squared test of the given data in Excel. Then perform testing of hypothesis using z-squared test. So one sample z test, here we have to use the blood pressure.csv and we have to write the code in Python. Same way, two sample z test. For this the blood pressure.csv file is used. Then perform testing of hypothesis using one-way ANOVA. So for this we use the scores.csv file and perform in Excel or Python. Then two-way ANOVA. For two-way ANOVA we have to use the file toothgrowth.csv and perform in Python or Excel. Then perform a testing of hypothesis using MANOVA. So MANOVA test we can perform on iris.csv. So we can write the code or we can perform it in Excel as well, because we have these options in Excel. Then perform random sampling for different given data and analyze it. So here this type of sample data set may be given, or we can create our own data set and then we can perform the random sampling. Perform stratified sampling of the given data set. So for this we have to use the housing.csv file and we can perform in Python. Then the next question is compute different correlations, positive, negative and weak. So for that we have to generate the random numbers and we have to perform the correlation. Write a program to perform linear regression for prediction. So for this we have to perform it in Python. Then perform polynomial regression for prediction. So data set will be given and we have to perform it in Python. Same way linear regression analysis can be performed in Python. Then perform logistic regression analysis. For this we have to use the Titanic train.csv dataset. Then another dataset for logistic regression is bang.csv. So bang.csv file may be given. We have to perform the logistic regression analysis. So with this I have discussed the sample slips. The question I have written for 20 marks, but it can be asked for 10 marks or 15 marks as well. We can have 10, 10, 20 marks, that is total 40 marks, or we can have a combination of 15 and 25 depending upon the size of question. So all the best for your exams. Thank you.